Hey, Yinz guys and gals, gather around for a journey like no other. It's time to hop on board the Yinz Goin podcast. From the rivers that meet at the point to form downtown Pittsburgh, to the sheer face of Half Dome, to the furthest corners of the globe, Matt will be your compass, your confidant, your companion as we explore the wonders of travel. So sit back, relax on your couch, and let the wanderlust whoosh over Yinz as we discover new horizons and reminisce about old favorites. With Matt by our side, the sky's the limit. Join Matt on the Yinz Goin podcast because when it comes to travel, the journey's just getting started. And now, without further ado, let's give a shot for your guide through the highways and byways of travel. Your planning partner, the man with the map, Matt Schraeder. Hi, Ian Stewart. Welcome to the Where Yinz Goin podcast. I'm Matt. I'm your host. Joining me again today is Amanda, and it's been more than a week since we talked, Amanda, so I was going through withdrawal. I'm sure all the fans were too, so
I
it's
know,
good to have
right?
you back.
You missed me.
Who was it in the Academy Awards? You like me. You really
Right?
like me. Is that Meryl Streep or no?
I don't remember.
Let's see. Google's
Right?
always open.
Yeah.
Sally Field.
Sally
There we
Field.
go.
Okay.
I knew it wasn't Meryl Streep. Okay. But today we're going to do another blast from the past. And we're going to
Love
talk about,
those.
yes, the Gone But Not Forgotten series continues with Wonders of Life.
Yes, I loved Wonders of Life.
The building is still there, so I always get nostalgic whenever we go and I can see it's like,
Right? And you can kind of see it in the distance behind all the fences and
yep. And then whenever you're on test track, whenever you loop around the back,
kind of
you can see
oversee it a
those
little bit.
too.
Yeah.
So this opened on October 19th, 1989.
I was
So
a whopping 6 months old, 7 months old,
this is
maybe.
before my wife was born. So
Well,
yeah.
yeah.
So it changed to seasonal operation on January 4th, 2004, and then closed permanently on January 1st, 2007.
Hmm.
Moment of silence, please.
Yes.
So inside there were a whole lot of great attractions that you can still find them on YouTube, which I may or may not have watched
Yeah.
several times.
Gone down that rabbit hole a few times.
So the first one is Body Wars,
I loved Body Wars.
which it was the same type of ride as Star Tours. So again, Disney Imagineering using, if you can build something once, why not build it twice?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
And that was a big plot point in the movie Contact too.
Yes, I love that movie. Oh,
It's a good book as well.
it is a good book.
So yeah, it's basically a flight simulator type thing that everyone gets in and moves around, and it feels very realistic
Mm.
that you board a vehicle that is called Bravo 229, where you meet, and I misspelled meet on here. So you
I
can tell I
saw
was
that.
hungry whenever I wrote this.
All right.
You meet Captain Braddock. Yeah, Captain Braddock, which
Yes.
there's a famous name in Revolutionary War history. And if you live around Pittsburgh, we have
Mm.
a little township called Braddock.
Yep.
So, but Captain Braddock will pilot the Bravo 229. He is played by Tim Matheson, who he might, in my best Troy McClure voice, you may remember him as Officer Sweet from Magnum Force.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this was one of the Dirty Harry movies with Clint Eastwood.
Oh, yeah.
Those are great movies. I have the
Those are good old
collection on
movies.
DVD that I watch every once in a while.
Right?
So now in this film, he's a lot nicer in Body Wars than he was in Magnum Force. He was kind of a bad guy there.
Yeah,
So we
that's
don't
true.
need Dirty Harry to show up.
No.
And so the plot is that you are shrunk by a particle reducer and enter the body of a volunteer who has a splinter in her finger. So you
Mm.
get to go see how the body reacts to a splinter, a foreign body, a foreign body in your body.
Yeah.
When you're there on the way, you are going to meet up with Dr. Cynthia Lair, who is played by Elizabeth Shue. who has already been shrunken down, is at the splinter site. And so you hear
Mhm.
her uh, kind of talk over the intercom early on. Now she has played um, Elizabeth Shue. She was Allie Mills in The Karate Kid, so she's the love
Yep.
interest in the original one. And then she was
That's right.
also Jennifer Parker in Back to the Future 2 and 3, but not number one.
Right.
They made the change. So, whenever Marty, the whole thing going back in time, it changed who Marty McFly's girlfriend was.
Yeah, that I don't get that. Whatever.
Casting.
Casting.
And Marty
Here's a new
McFly,
person. We expect you to accept it. Fine.
well, the dad, Crispin Glover, he did not want to be in the other one. So that's why in the episode 2, Back to the Future 2, they have him
Mhm.
upside down as the old man. So it's harder to recognize
That's
him.
right.
And then in the other scenes, he's still like in the house wearing sunglasses, like behind the screen door. So they had to stand in for him.
Yeah.
So who was supposed to play? It wasn't Michael J. Fox. Who was the original one? Who was supposed to play Marty McFly?
Oh,
He was then in Titanic.
what's his face? Leonardo DiCaprio.
No, wasn't him. Eric Stoltz.
Eric
He was
Stoltz.
the bad guy in I thought he was the rich guy who was trying to,
No, he wasn't in Titanic.
wasn't he? Eric
You are
Stoltz?
asking somebody who knows every word of Titanic. Okay. I don't think he was in Titanic. Was he? No, he was not.
Uh who's the bad guy? Who else was
The
he in?
bad
There
guy
was
in
a
Titanic was not. He was originally in. He did like a screen test in Titanic, but he was not the bad guy in Titanic. The bad guy in Titanic was that guy, Billy Zane.
That's it. He was in Back to the Future though. I knew it was
Yes.
the Back to the Future guy.
Yeah.
There's some correlation.
They're all connected somewhere.
It's this whole 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon thing,
Yes.
right? All right, anyway, back on track. So Dr. Lair accidentally gets pulled into a capillary
Hmm.
whenever you finally get to the splinter site. So then you have to chase
Yes.
after her. And you in the movie she's like, or in the show she's like hanging on the splinter, and then part of the splinter breaks and she falls down, which
Yeah.
she's floating in blood. So I don't get how she was falling. But anyway, it's a movie. It's fine.
It's
Don't question the
not real.
plot.
Yeah. Disney magic.
I'll say if you can believe that you were shrunk down and going into the body, things happen.
Exactly.
So then you chase after Dr. Lair, and you travel through a vein to the heart, then the lungs.
Yep.
Dr. Lair is attacked by white blood cells because she's technically not supposed to be in the body.
Correct.
Captain Braddock uses lasers to save Dr. Lair and get her on board your shuttle.
Hmm.
But then the ship is low on power, so you have to travel through the heart into an artery to get to the brain. And you use the electric impulses from a neuron to power the ship, which allows you to then exit the body and deminiaturize,
Yeah,
which I
that's
guess
right.
means you get bigger.
You go back to normal size.
But I remember whenever you're going through the heart, it's pumping in front of you and you're going back and
Hmm.
forth and you can feel it rocking back and forth. So it is very
Yeah.
realistic with what you're seeing and what you're feeling.
I vaguely remember this. Like this is way back in the memory field there. Uh,
And going through the lung walls and
hmm. And the breathing, and it was like,
yeah, and you could hear it too.
yeah, I do remember that.
So it accomplished the goal of you actually got to learn a little bit about human anatomy. And of
Mhm.
course, this is
In the
back in the days of
bloodstream, and
EPCOT Center with education
yes,
involved,
when you learned things. I mean, you do
which
now
made,
still, kind of.
yeah, but it made Amanda's mom happy.
It did. We learned things when we went to Epcot.
So, but it was a way that you could, and this opened right around the time of Star Tours too. So you got
Yeah,
both coming in around the same time, and it was a neat thing that you're going to Hollywood, well, back to MGM Studios,
yeah.
as it was
Which
called
some of us
then.
still call it MGM
Yep.
Studios.
And
R.I.P.
then you get to ride something like that. Then you get to ride it again in Epcot. So it's pretty neat. You got to ride,
Yeah.
oh, I love that ride. Let's do this one too.
Hmm.
So many fond memories of it.
Yeah.
Now, Next one was Cranium Command,
I loved Cranium Command.
where you go through the day in the life of a 12-year-old boy named Bobby from his perspective, or like the perspective of his brain, really,
Yeah,
which needs
it's
to coordinate all the different body parts.
mm-hmm.
So, in the cast has,
God.
yeah, and the names on this are just great. General Knowledge, who's like this actual military general who's in charge of all the brains and, drill sergeant type thing, played by Corey Burton, who's a longtime Disney voice actor. So you might not
Yes.
recognize his name, but
But you'd recognize his voice, yeah.
yeah. Then there's Bobby, and who also played Buzzy, who's the brain. So Bobby's the
Hmm.
boy, Buzzy's the brain, played by Scott Curtis. You have the left brain and the right brain as different uh,
Yeah,
characters. Left brain was Charles Grogan, who is the accountant friend in the movie Dave, if you remember that one. He's
vaguely.
also he's
Yeah.
also from Pittsburgh,
Hmm.
so he's the logical left side. But Dave's a great movie. That was it Kevin Kline's in there,
Yeah.
so it's Sigourney Weaver, I think, is the wife.
Yep.
Was it Ben Kingsley's the bad guy who's like his sort of advisor?
Hmm.
So it's there's a neat little plot twist in it. It's a good movie. I like that.
It's cute. I love that movie.
Then Right Brain though is a very distinctive voice. This is the artistic and emotional side. John
Hmm.
Lovitz.
Hmm.
So yeah, he it's the voice.
The voice.
It's very recognizable.
Yeah.
Then the stomach is George Wendt, who was Norm from Cheers.
Yep. So people knew who he was back then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the height of his
Career. Yeah.
fame. That was another great TV show,
Hmm.
Cheers. Then there's the bladder, played
Oh
by
yeah.
Jeff Duchette, who was mostly a TV actor.
Uh-huh.
The lungs were Kevin Meaney, who was a comedian.
Hmm.
The adrenal gland was Bobcat Goldthwait, who's Zed from the Police Academy movies, I think most famously.
Yes.
Such a great character actor from the 80s. Then the right and left ventricles were Dana Carvey and Kevin Nealon, who were Hans
Oh
and Franz
God.
from Saturday Night Live.
Oh, this is some of my favorite
We heard you
Saturday Night Live.
pump you up. Get you girly man to go start pumping weights.
Right?
Like East German
Yes.
weightlifters. Oh, the classic Saturday Night Live stuff. So great.
Hmm.
And both those two guys, Danny Carvey and Kevin Nealon,
Oh,
that
phenomenal. You just can't not know
Wayne's
who they
World,
are. Oh, just,
him and Mike Myers.
I can't. We still quote things around our house regularly.
Oh yeah. And uh both from Wayne's World and then Mike Myers stuff from So I Married an Axe Murderer,
Oh God.
which cult classic.
Oh yes.
The hypothalamus is played by Kirk Wise, who he
Yes.
was the director on a whole lot of Disney animated films like Beauty and the Beast and Hunchback of
Hmm.
Notre Dame. And he has this very monotonous voice. So think like Ben Stein type thing.
Yeah.
And to make it fit, the hypothalamus coordinates the automatic nervous system and pituitary, like it controls like body temperature, hunger, thirst, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So now in the pre-show, you and this again, the great thing about Disney is there's that pre-show that kind of gets you into the story and
Yep.
keeps
There's
you up, brings you
always.
up to date before you actually get into the actual show. So you can like kind of dive in. So this is like episode one type thing of you're meeting all the characters.
Hmm.
So general knowledge briefs the Cranium Commando troops before they pilot their human brains. And Buzzy's kind of this scrawny, klutzy soldier,
Hmm.
and he gets the more difficult mission of a 12-year-old boy, which, having gone through that phase of life, yeah, I
Oh
can agree with that.
God. It's coming
You know,
up
people,
soon.
people say, "Oh, would you like to go back to high school or go back to
No.
this and relive it?" Now, if I knew everything I knew now, going
Sure.
back to high school,
Right?
then,
Retrospect. Hindsight is 2020. But absolutely not. No. That
but
sucks.
yeah, having to go back through
It was
that.
awful.
I mean, even go back through college, I don't know if I'd want to do that.
I don't college, I would do it again and do it the right way because I was having a grand old time in college until I, you know,
But
wasn't.
again, this is hindsight being 50-50, as they say.
Yeah.
All right. Who was it? I think it was football coach. Coached Florida for a while, then the in Washington, Steve Spurrier.
Mm.
He misquoted many things. Hindsight's 50-50.
Well,
Well, depends
I
on how good
mean,
your memory is.
right?
Now, the one really neat thing in the pre-show is in the background, you see a package of a pimple that's labeled one gross,
Yep.
which the
Yes.
interplay on that.
It's just cute. It's funny.
So, in the show, Bobby gets up late, so then he has to skip breakfast. Then has to run to school after missing the bus. So this is like the
Yep.
worst day ever.
He does.
Then he meets this cute new girl in school who sits next to him in science class, who's named Annie.
Naturally.
He has a test, but since he skipped breakfast, he's really hungry. So,
Hmm.
and this is where it leads to a bunch of the comedy stuff of you have the stomach yelling up of, "Hey, we need food down here," or when he meets Annie, Norm from Cheers, he's going like, "Hey, there's who ordered the butterflies? Why are there?"
Right?
It's
Yeah.
like every little cliche or um little phrase that's to describe things. This is why I wish I was an English major in college. I forget what that's
Right.
called. Like the illusions type thing.
The alliteration.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, no, alliteration is just the same sound
No,
in a
that's not
row.
the, yeah.
Euphemism, I don't know,
Maybe it's a
whatever.
euphemism. Yeah.
We'll just keep naming things. We'll eventually get
We'll
it right.
eventually get there.
And so he's like, whenever he's hungry on the test, the someone's like calling down for food. Um, then he later on at lunch before he gets to eat, and of course there's the whole thing of the left brain's there, the right brain's chiming in, the stomach's still going in, the heart's pumping, and Hans and Franz are yelling stuff too.
Yep.
That Annie, being the new girl, gets picked on by a bully, so Bobby stands up to him, and then
Hmm.
this starts a big food fight. And this was a funny thing that they're throwing food all around, and the bully's trying to get them, and um, he still takes time to grab some food and eat it.
Yeah, I do remember that.
And of course, you see the stomach where there's like coming in and like dumping on Norm as he's there. He's like, "Oh yes," and of course he's all happy about it.
Hmm.
And then he kind of has like this scene change where he gets hit in the face with some food and um, like it's splattered in his eyes. So everything goes dark. And he's like, "Oh," you hear the brain buzzy talking. He's like, "Okay, deep breath, wipe your, ha- hands, wipe your eyes off. Let's see what's going on." And so he's like giving commands to, control
Hmm.
everything. He has to go to the principal's office, and as Annie comes out, she gives him a kiss on the cheek as a thank you, and then that like sets everything off
Oh
in
yeah.
Bobby. And then you see like the bully coming out of the office, and then he has to go in and talk to the principal, but he ends up getting off easy on it. And you see the sigh of relief and everything. So it's a cute show that reminds me of cringingly awkward stage of being 12,
Right. Oh, I would not go back
but
to
not
that.
me because I was Mr. Smooth back then.
Oh,
But
of course.
from
Yeah.
what I've seen in other movies and talked to other friends,
Oh, right. Yeah.
and I've studied psychology, so I know what it's like for others, but not
Oh,
me. No,
yeah. Okay.
no. But yeah, that was for anyone who was anyone who was roughly that age, you could totally relate.
Oh, yeah.
Anyone who's older, you've gone through that stage, so you could totally
Hmm.
relate. And anyone who was younger, you get a kick out of just all the goofy stuff that's
It
going
was
on.
cute and funny. Yeah.
Although I didn't quite understand it. There was the left brain, there was the right brain, then there was Buzzy, who was like
Buzzy, who
control
was the
brain.
brain. Yeah, it didn't
Yeah,
make sense that there was like a whole connection of things. It was, yeah.
frontal lobe maybe on different parts of the brain. Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, it's a show. You just go with
Hmm.
it. It's entertaining. It was
It
fun.
was entertaining.
So next up, there was a um kind of not the most Disney-like show, The Making of Me.
Yeah, which was actually a really good show. It was
It
cute.
was though, and it was educational. It did explain things, but it is a bit kind of racy for a Disney attraction.
Yeah,
That this stars Martin Short, which again,
the comedic relief was
yeah,
just,
it's a way to present a somewhat serious and, well, pun intended, touchy subject.
yeah, in a lighthearted way.
Yeah, and this is one of my biggest things I'm sad about is that there's a lot less of Martin Short in Disney now.
I know. He was like everywhere. He was in the
Oh, Canada one. I love that
Canada
original
one.
one.
Yeah. That
So,
was a great show. And yeah.
and so it basically goes through like Martin Short's parents' lives at there are,
Mhm.
jumps in at different times of their lives. So showing how they meet at a high school dance. And of course, it's all like period set. So you get like the hair and the dress and
Oh God,
everything.
yes.
Then they get married, they go on their honeymoon, they have their first kid, and basically explains the fertilization of the egg by the sperm.
Yep. Where babies
So,
come from. They're not coming from the stork or the cabbage patch, as one would like to believe.
or left on your doorstep
Right?
with a note.
Yeah.
Didn't follow you home from, as you were going out shopping.
Nope.
Can I keep them?
Can't pick them up at the grocery store.
Although my daughter likes to sit in the actual shopping cart. And
Mhm.
of
Yeah,
course,
we
you're
have
not
that
supposed to
problem
do
here.
that. And yeah, so I said, well, if you're there, then we have to pay for you again, and you're expensive.
Right?
It's like, but they're doing it. I was like, yeah, but maybe they have more money than us. They're gonna have to pay for
Yeah.
it.
I always
If
tell
they
my
don't pay, they
child,
might.
we have the thing, I'm like, you were expensive, so when you pay for yourself, then you can do what you want. When you've paid your bills off, you can make your own choices in the world. He's like, okay,
Yeah,
how long is that going to take? 18 years.
longer for some people.
Yeah, well, he was expensive.
Yeah. No, I just know people who are, in their 30s living at home with their parents still. So
Oh, I know people who are in their 40s living at home with their parents.
mom's
So,
still paying the phone bill. It's like,
right?
I was paying my rent when I was still in college. All right.
Yeah. Oh,
So I must have been doing things wrong. It's been more expensive for me. I don't know.
right?
But the other thing is whenever my daughter sits there, it's like, yeah, but if you sit there, where's the food going to go? I guess we can't get you as much, no more snacks for you if you're sitting
Yep.
there. That changes her mind pretty quickly. Personally, though, I don't know how you even want to sit there. It's not exactly comfortable.
Not comfortable, no. Like,
It's like just stand on the front. You're
yeah.
better. So, but anyway, moving on. There was
Yes.
the Goofy About Health,
Yes,
which
that was cute.
you would get tips for living a healthy lifestyle hosted by Goofy. And they
Mhm.
showed different clips from the Goofy cartoons. And just as a
Yeah.
prop for show and tell, as I'm
Oh
holding
boy.
up for the camera, the Disney Treasures, once it
Oh,
focuses, the
yeah.
complete Goofy,
It's
which
definitely
has
in there.
every Goofy cartoon.
Right?
But I don't know if they're scratched or if they're dirty or if
Yeah,
they just
probably.
degraded with age, but they're not playing in my DVD player.
Oh,
So I need
that's
to
disappointing.
investigate. I know I went, but right next to it, then I have that's only, it shows a little something about Disney cartoons is there's only one Goofy, well, it's two DVDs, but one Goofy thing. Then I also have the chronological Donald,
Ooh,
and there are four, well, a total of eight DVDs for that one.
Donald's, yeah.
He took off in the
He took off.
1940s.
Yeah.
Yes. Starting in
Showed some
1930s, but then
popularity.
1940s he was real big.
Oh yeah.
Mainly because he could do things that Mickey couldn't.
That's true.
Mickey had to be a good guy.
Yeah,
Donald, he could
Donald was
be,
not.
yeah, not always the best conscience.
No.
So, but I love the Goofy cartoons. Those are so great. The how-to cartoons that Goofy did of how to ski, how to play football, how to play
Right? Those
baseball.
were fun.
Oh, those are still the greatest.
Yeah.
How to ride a horse.
Yep.
And the they also those Goofy cartoons also show a great juxtaposition. There's another big word that Disney was famous for. That especially in the world of motion, that they're showing something, but they're explaining something completely differently. And they're saying, "Oh, look how
Yes.
great this is, and here's how you do it, and how easy." And then they're
It
showing
was
something that's
like,
like completely screwed up or
yeah,
not what it is.
that was like a comedic thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that the what they're showing doesn't match what they're saying.
Hmm.
Now, here's another thing that I thought was pretty neat that they had the fitness fairgrounds where you got to
Yes.
test your athletic abilities
I
or
remember
demonstrate
this.
your lack of athletic ability.
I think I sent you some pictures from the
Yeah.
old, the old photo books.
Oh, yes.
Gosh.
So they had the coach's corner, which you
Hmm.
could get tips about your baseball or golf swing from a professional,
Yep.
which, me being there when I'm 11 years old and playing Little League, that I did the baseball one. And then I forget who it was. It might have been Gary Carter that came on.
Hmm.
I want to say that it was, you know, Mets catcher, super
Yeah.
famous back then. I had his starting lineup guy, so he had to be big. Then they critiqued your swing. But of course, being 11 years old, you took a swing, they critiqued it, then you got to take another swing. And I tried to crush it, and the ball's on a tee, and I hit the top of the tee both times. It's like, oh man, I blew my chance.
Right?
But I thought that, it was actually a professional player who was there just watching you and then giving these live tips when really it was probably somebody who just kind of knew how to swing a bat or had played
Yeah.
baseball or golf before, and then it's like, oh, he did this, push a button, and then pre-recorded thing came up on the
Hmm.
TV. Another thing that they had there that I thought were great were wonder cycles.
Yep.
So these were stationary bikes that you would pedal, and they would play a video on the screen. And I
Hmm.
want to say that they had some that were regular and some that were like the recumbent bikes where you like sit down and
Yeah. And lay back and you could
yeah,
just watch the
or maybe
video.
they were all the
Yeah.
recumbent ones. Yeah, I remember sitting in one of those. And then the video would go through based on how fast you were pedaling.
Yeah.
You could do a very leisurely one, it would go through the video very slow, or you could do it
Hmm.
real fast and have it just speed by. And the videos were the 100th Rose Parade
Yep.
out in Pasadena. You got to go through Disneyland, which being at that age and then going then again in like 95 when I was 15 and then like 98 when I was just graduating high school and oh, I studied electrical engineering and like did computer software specialty. So this gave me inspiration for starting an interactive like virtual reality video game that you
Mm,
could like go through the parks.
that would be cool.
And that like kind of gave me inspiration for my own videos that whenever I
Right.
take my videos, like this is how I want to be able to really live walking through the park and
Yeah.
looking at this and look. So never really, no, my videos happened, but not the VR video game thing. But
Right.
hey, Disney, if you're out
Right.
there,
Since you're listening to us. Right.
have the virtual tour. You can do that now.
Right.
Doesn't quite match being there, so they're not going to hurt your
No.
sales, but you need that Disney fix sometime. Or everyone just email me. I'll send you my videos. You can watch those.
There you
Make sure you take your Dramamine though, because it's not always a steady thing.
go.
Because half the time I'm videoing something that something else catches my attention. I'm looking the other way and the video's like bouncing around. I'm not always paying attention to what I'm videoing,
Right.
which is good because I'm not walking into people or things
Yeah.
usually. So
I need to
then
get one of those things that Annelle has. She has one of those little things on a stick and it
oh yeah,
like swivels for you and like it's wild. I don't
yeah,
know.
it's like the miniature Steadicam
Yeah.
that they use for movies and stuff. Yeah.
I
Although I
want one
use
of
an
those.
actual yeah. Instead of using my phone all the time though, I have an actual video camera that I
I do
hold.
too. Yeah. We're of that generation.
Yes. At least it's not the giant one that has to sit on your shoulder.
We had one of those.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. We rented one in 1991 when we were down there.
Hmm.
We went in May, so we got to miss a little bit of school at the end. And as a way to kind of um, appease my older sister's teachers, my one day when we went back to the Yacht and Beach Club to swim, my dad and sister went around the countries in EPCOT and filmed a little thing about each country. So that was her
Yeah.
educational project that she had to do while
Yep.
she was
We've
skipping
had to do
school.
stuff like that. Yeah.
So, but the third video you could pedal through was Micro World Big Town USA.
Hmm.
And so it was like miniature world of going through. Oh, I know Disney did had a little thing. There was
It was like a
little
thing,
dioramas.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like dioramas and things. I vaguely remember
he
this.
made back in like the 1950s, and that was going to be something he wanted to bring into Disneyland, but it just wasn't
Yeah, it just never
feasible.
happened.
And but they did bring in. That's where they have the canal boats in
Yes.
Storybook Land. There were Storybook Land canal boats out in
Hmm.
Disneyland in Fantasyland that they kind of had the miniatures there. They kind of
Yeah, that turned into that.
Walt's idea evolved
Yeah.
because walk-through attractions don't work because people go at different paces and they get bottlenecks.
Hmm. I
So
know all
they
about
always
it.
control it.
Yes. Although that's one of my favorite videos is Josh Gad doing the Disneyland canals. I love that little series of him because they had him as a Jungle Cruise skipper and a Haunted
Yep.
Mansion host. And then I'm like, what are they going to come up with next? It makes me happy.
Now, if only he dressed as Olaf for those two. But
Oh, no, they let him be Olaf
yeah,
was it Shanghai when they opened up Frozen?
yeah.
Yeah, that was a great video too. He is one of my favorite humans. Like, just can't.
And that's the thing. The Jungle Cruise skippers tell all these jokes, but then to have an actual comedian do it too.
He was perfect. It was
Yeah.
like that was amazing. It was absolutely perfect.
So the next thing was a sensory fun house,
Yep.
which was an interactive playground, which Disney, you need to put more of these back into your
Correct.
parks.
Oh my gosh.
So just talking to a couple that are going in early June to Walt
Hmm.
Disney World. So, hey, in a couple weeks you'll be there. Yay. And they have a little
Right.
5-year-old and they were asking about playgrounds.
Yeah, and there's
And
not as many as there used to be.
RIP Tom Sawyer Island
Oh,
and Dinoland USA.
oh. Dino Land was my favorite.
Except for the slides that sat out in the sun and got,
Those were hot. But yeah, but like the dig site
oh yeah, it was covered. Yep.
was like my favorite area in all of Animal Kingdom. We all know how I feel about Animal Kingdom. I have a lot of favorite areas, but like, come on.
Although Epcot has a whole lot of places where you can go and do stuff.
Yeah,
So
the play center in um
there's Mission Space,
Mission
there's
Space is a really good one too.
Imagination, there's all the
That's a
stuff
fun
you can
area.
do in Seas with Nemo and Friends. There's the
Yeah.
actual outdoor playground that's in between Mission Space and Test Track, like on the backside of
Yeah.
the um,
And then if you go
connection
during the
stuff.
festivals, they usually have an outdoor playground. So yeah, if they'll be there in June, they'll be there. Well, festival,
It'll be right after
well,
Flower and Garden,
yeah,
but
so they
yeah.
may not still have that
But
one, but
yeah, but there's still the fountains that come out of the ground
mhm, the
right
fountains are
by
fun. Mhm.
Mission Space, then
Yeah.
also over by Imagination, the
Yep.
dancing, the leaping fountains. I love those.
Hmm.
In Magic Kingdom, they got Casey Jr. and then the area inside of Dumbo whenever you're waiting
Dumbo is
for that.
it's actually I'm glad they reopened that finally because that's a
Yeah.
really good play area too.
The bad thing about the water ones is, make sure you have a change of clothes or
Hmm.
it's a hot day and you'll dry quickly.
Right.
So, but yeah, that's really it. Now,
Yeah,
Animal
there's not
Kingdom,
as
they have a lot of
many.
the trails you can walk on and see stuff, but
Yeah, it's not the same as it used to be. I hope with this new like Central America area, they redo something like they did in
they need to add
Dinoland.
something.
They
Yeah.
need something in that area.
And
And like the new Frontierland as they expand, I hope they do something because
in
that,
there as well.
yeah,
They need to bring one to Hollywood Studios somewhere.
Hollywood Studios needs one. Because a lot of those areas, like even Toy Story Land, like they have a lot in there, but it's a lot of like
It-
uncovered wide spaces.
yeah.
And the rides are heavy wait times. So like you need something,
The old Pixar Place area that's just a
right?
little
That's just like okay,
a
like you had
street where you
characters meeting there for a while, but like that didn't last. You could put something in there, or like where the Monsters Inc. space is going in, like that would be a perfect place
to add something there. Yeah.
to add something in that section.
See, we need to be Imagineers.
Right.
We have all these great ideas. I'll fill out my application as soon as we're done.
Okay. I mean, we know they're listening to our podcast. So
We just be the idea people,
we
We
could
can
just be the idea people. Right.
Disney pet chick. I won't turn it down.
Right.
So, but
Anyway,
anyway, the
back to the
Sensory
sensory
Funhouse
funhouse. Yeah.
with the
Playgrounds.
interactive playground. Back to what got us on this.
Yeah.
You got to, and then you could also have a place where you could test your senses.
Yes.
And then they had something called an Ames room.
Oh, these are fun.
So this is a distorted room that creates optical illusions that the person will appear to change size dramatically when you walk from one
Hmm.
side to the other. And I have a picture of my sisters and I in this.
Yeah.
Like the room kind of slopes up and the ceiling kind of
Yeah,
slopes
it's like an
down,
optical illusion room. Yeah.
but the floor is
I think
painted
they
in a
have
way
one
that
at
looks
like,
normal.
was it Ripley's Believe It or Not?
Yeah,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Different fun houses at
Mhm.
amusement parks. So the room looks like it's a rectangle, but it's actually more like a trapezoid.
Yeah.
So, and there's your geometry lesson for the day, kids.
I learned something today. Look at that.
Again, in Disney, you're learning about
You're
shapes.
learning things in Disney, see?
And it's, well, I saw, we had that picture that I was looking through some old pictures. One of the few that I had that was digitized. All the rest are, in photo albums at my parents' house.
Yeah.
But I was wondering, like, where was that? And so
Mm.
now that's where it
Now
is.
you remember. Yeah. I've had a few of those where I've gone through, like, my mother had all the photo albums when we were down there looking through stuff. And I'm like, all right, I knew that was in Disney, but where is it? Or like, there were things like we went with my 6-year-old, we took him to Wiki Watchy, where the mermaids are. And my mother's like, yeah, I have photos of you at this age in Wiki Watchy. And she pulled them out. And I'm like, that does not look like there's areas there that have changed. And they're exactly the same too, which is a little creepy. It's kind of deja vu. But same thing. Things change. And we're looking at pictures. I'm like, where was that? She's like, no, Wiki Watchy had a zoo. And I'm like, oh, oh gosh. Okay. I'm like, that's where the giraffes are from. I was feeding giraffes at Wiki Watchy. It's like, oh, cool.
Yeah. We recently did a field trip to a local zoo.
Mm,
It's called Hovatters, where you actually get to feed some of the animals,
yeah,
which
those are
just
fun.
just a weird thing, like in kind of middle of nowhere, West Virginia, that
Right?
there's
We have one of those in the
a
middle
zoo
of
with
Connecticut somewhere. Yeah.
lions and giraffes,
Uh-huh.
and you don't get to feed the lions though.
No.
And it's pretty neat. They have the signs of only feed them this. You can buy a bunch of food in the beginning with carrots and little seeds and
Yeah.
whatever else, popcorn, and then they have a list of here's what it's safe to eat.
Hmm.
So I let the kids do all the feeding because I didn't really need a giraffe to be licking my hand,
Mm.
giraffe slobber all over me.
Yeah.
So
Been there, done that. Got the t-shirt.
yeah.
Mm. Now.
Then other stuff they had were the audio antics.
Hmm.
This was a listening skills game where you had different sounds that were out of place as you're watching like a little thing of, it didn't seem like what was supposed to be, or you had to do the sounds for it. Kind of like it was an MGM. The it's where Frozen is now.
Hmm.
Like the sound thing. I forget the official name of it.
Uh,
Let's see. It was MGM Studios Sound Attraction.
it was like a show, wasn't it?
Sounds
It's
Dangerous
dangerous.
with Drew Carey. Yes.
Yes. Okay.
And they had people doing all the different
Yeah,
sound
the sound
effects.
effects.
Other things that were there were the Frontiers of Medicine, which were
Hmm.
stories about medicine and the brain, so on different
Yep.
TVs. There was the Anatomical Players,
Yep.
were little improvisational skits about health and nutrition. So these like the guys coming around. There was the Well and Goods Limited, which was a store, and then
Hmm.
Pure and Simple, which had some food.
Okay. Yeah. It was like a quick stand or something. I
Yeah, a
remember
little quick
that.
service thing. Yeah.
Hmm.
The I want to say the audio antics might have had a thing where they had like the dialogue. It was like a kind of like a karaoke thing, but you like just read dialogue from
Hmm.
movies. I remember doing one with my mom.
I
We were trying to,
vaguely remember
I
that.
think it was there. I know it was Disney somewhere.
Hmm.
So, but there was the wonders of life. They had the giant double helix out front. So there
Yes,
were two double helixes going up, and
the
it really.
DNA.
I remember learning about anatomy and the DNA. Then I was like, it's one of those things. Oh,
Yeah,
so
you're like Disney. We learned about DNA recently. We went to the geneticist and I was like, oh, it's the DNA thing in the double helix. And I was like, oh, I knew all about that. It was
yep.
great. It was kind of interesting.
But after they closed this, they kept the stuff inside running, and they did open it occasionally for like special events that
Yeah.
companies could rent it out, or um, however they would do it if they were doing a private event inside. And so you could
Mhm.
actually do it later on, but now all of it is dismantled and it's vacant.
Yeah, it's weird. Well, and then
It'd be
didn't they
pretty neat
use
to.
it for like festival,
There's something where the entrance is used, yeah, as a
like a festival passport, not passport, like during certain festivals, they would use like the lobby for festival stuff for a
hmm
while. Because I remember going in there, or like, you know what I remember doing is when, because my grandparents were passport or, oh my God, annual
pass
pass
holders.
holders. So they would do like pass holder events in there too. And like when new rides were coming out, they would do like, they would have like the models of things in there so that you could go in and see like the 3D model representations of new rides, or like when Animal Kingdom was opening they had the pass holders would be able to go in and see like the renderings of what Animal Kingdom was supposed to look like. That's where they hosted all of that. So they used it for things like that, but
Yeah, now you can see some of the models
mm,
in the one man's dream, or the Walt Disney Presents
yeah,
area
that's
in
usually where
Hollywood
they do that
Studios.
now.
And they have areas out in Disneyland too,
Hmm.
that they in Disney California Adventure, that there's a little area that there's like right by the base of Grizzly Peak.
Yes.
It's like right in the as you're walking past the entrance to Cars Land, that it's kind of like there, like
Hmm.
little vineyard areas off to the side.
Yeah, it's right where that one restaurant is where the
Yeah.
where really good food is, the pasta.
hmm
I know I go to Disney for the food, let's be real.
So that's something
Yeah.
whenever you relate to different areas of Disney parks by the food you get there.
Hmm. Yeah, it's usually how I know my way around.
So let's start our chant of bring it back, bring it
Yeah,
back.
I would love, I mean, something like this, obviously updated for current times would be fantastic.
Hello, there is a very obvious film franchise now with Inside Out.
Correct.
You could totally
That's what
do
I
some
was
stuff
thinking about
here.
with Cranium Command, because there it's literally the precursor to Inside Out.
Yeah.
You could absolutely use IP and make that an Inside Out ride and have the Inside Out characters dictate somebody's life through the day of Riley. Come on.
hmm
Like, that would be
Okay,
amazing.
enough said.
There's
All right,
our
Disney, we'll wait for it.
We have been Imagineering this entire episode right now. Like it's just, like
Imagineering and reminiscing.
that would be perfect. And like they've been bringing IP into these parks, like that's the new thing now is with the Monsters Inc. and the Cars area and Frontierland and the Villains area and like all of this stuff. Like why not have like again, you could have the same ride functionality where you're having like that. It could even just be a sit down video. Like, and you're having the inside out characters dictate a day in Riley's life,
All right, let's do it.
right? Like, that would be perfect.
Yeah.
I'd go sit in it. Come on. Like, I am such a child. We know this.
Oh yeah. And
It's way better than that one out in Disneyland where you just go around in a dang circle in a basket. Come on.
yeah, spinny rides. Yay.
Any ride, yeah. Although that's our thing in our house is my husband is anger personified. So
Yes.
every time we watch that movie, my child goes, "Dad, it's you."
So yeah.
But that is also how we talk about, I mean, that's a great movie for like kids to talk about emotions because like that's how we talk about it. Like when our child is having the meltdown, I'm like, who's controlling the console? And he is like, oh no, I gotta get Joy back up here.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you can tell someone who was a psychologist or a psychiatrist was uh
Oh gosh,
on the writing
yes.
staff of that.
And they're coming out with a third one. So excited to see what emotions they're going to be bringing in because when I say like I brought it to my therapist because the way they show in the second one, the anxiety attack is spot on. 100% the way they show how an anxiety attack presents and how it is in the brain, completely on point. And that is how I describe it to people. I'm like, just watch this clip of Inside Out 2 and you will understand. It's the way to understand it completely if you do not suffer from anxiety.
And this is a great educational opportunity as
Right.
well.
Right. And it is fabulous for these kids to have the language to explain it to other people because at that age, especially like I have a 6-year-old, for him to be able to explain it in terms of these are the characters that I'm personifying, or, here is who's we say it, controlling the console. You know what I mean? He's able to explain his emotions so much more succinctly than I ever was, even as an adult. You know what I mean? Like they're great tools to use.
The whole thing of a picture is worth 1,000 words. And well,
Mhm.
this is a movie, so each,
Oh,
24 frames a
yes.
second. So yeah.
These movies are fantastic. And I love like even going through like it really broke down the ways to explain like memory and how it you store memory and even like how your emotions control your perception of memory and how your character is formed. It's just very interesting when you look at it from like a psychiatry standpoint.
And you could totally get some good games
Oh,
for that
yes.
too that the kids could play of.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
here's your good memories. Make sure they go into this one. Then the bad memories you have to try and knock away. And
Right. Or like, how do you influence the memories so that you create a good person? Like,
hmm
there's there's ways to make games. Oh yeah.
sort the memories type thing.
Right. Sort them by color, right? Because all the different emotions are color coded.
Yep. So
Oh
again,
yeah.
more educational stuff.
Oh
Still
yeah.
going to be fun.
Oh yeah.
Going to bring in some favorite characters.
Mhm.
Another pavilion to visit to, spread out the crowds.
Hmm.
I see no bad side of this.
Me neither. It's time.
Time to plus EPCOT.
Yeah. Plus it up.
So now that we brainstormed how to improve EPCOT,
Right? Again.
so what is your travel tip for the day? Or is that it? We're just gonna, come on,
That's my
here's the
travel tip
Imagineers.
for the day is that the Imagineers need to listen to our podcast and take our ideas, and I will gladly take on the gratuity check.
Sure beats the paycheck I give you for this podcast.
Yeah,
But
right?
so my travel tip, I got a lot. So I'm gonna double up on this, maybe triple up. I don't know. There's a lot I have a lot. Okay. I have a lot of things going on in my mind as we're talking about the inside out thing. Okay.
Yeah, right. It's yeah, it perpetuates.
So normally I'm a left side logical thinker, but now I have my right artistic side is coming into play here. That all right. So today we talked about the wonders of life, and there's no better personification of a wonder of life than kids.
Mm.
However, these little wonders of life aren't always wonderful to be around, especially
Oh,
when they're tired or overstimulated, which tends to happen at Walt Disney World.
or your
So
knee. So even adults can be.
yeah, oh yes, this is the most wonderful place, happiest place on earth, most magical place on earth. You're gonna have fun whether you like it or not.
Right.
So don't worry too much if a meltdown happens. You know it. You know you. It's a lot worse when it's your kid, but
Hmm.
whenever it happens to someone else, you notice it and you're like, okay, I see
And you
what's
move
going
on.
on, and you move
Yeah.
on. So realize other people are doing that to you too. So
Right.
there are some ways to help prevent them, though. As we mentioned here, take advantage of the play areas that are sprinkled throughout the parks. Let the kids run off some of that energy, enjoy their familiar activities, which is sometimes needed when kids are surrounded by all these new experiences. They're like, oh,
Hmm.
this is new. This is new. Okay, let's
They need their
recenter
schedule sometimes and yeah,
back to the
familiar things.
here's what
Right.
I'm used to, just playing around like kids. Sometimes they need that. And waiting in line, you're standing there and
Oh
it gets
gosh.
tiring and
I
stuff,
can't
but
wait in line.
you need to move. That, yeah, standing for a long time, I can't do it, it gets to me. But I can walk all day. So as long as I
Hmm.
have that movement.
Right.
Also, keep snacks handy.
Yes.
I know our little girl has a tremendous change in personality when she gets hungry. So hangriness is a very real thing with her.
That's literally me. My husband knows when I get cranky, he goes down the list. Are you tired? Are you hangry? Did I do something? And then it's like, oh no, it's okay. Because
Mine's the other way.
90% of the time he knows it's not personal. It's like, did you have a snack today? When was the last time you drank water? Like, there's a list. Hangry is a thing. It is absolutely a thing.
I usually go the other way with my wife. All right, what I do?
Right?
Okay, it's not that. Let's go. All right, get the big one
Yeah.
out of the way.
No,
It's the
he's
most human
usually like,
experience.
it's not me. I didn't do anything. He
Whenever I
knows it's
make,
usually like I'll tell him if it's him. I'm a big mouth, so I'm like, you did this, and then he'll be like, okay, you're not telling me that I did anything wrong. So, um,
yeah, I
yeah,
never like to make that assumption because then if I'm wrong, then it's even worse. Well, I didn't do anything wrong. Oh, really? Oh,
right. I will find something to complain about. Trust me.
now with my daughter and her hangriness, it's a little better now that she can recognize when she's hungry.
Right? As they get older, it gets easier.
Yeah, but it was definitely an experience when she was younger that we learned very quickly that a full belly meant a happier kid.
Mm-hmm.
Not always a happy kid, but at least a happier kid.
Happier.
So yeah, it still might be off kilter for some other reason. So
Yeah.
when you're in line, we like to invent games. And so we
I
did
love
two
doing that.
full, yeah, two full podcast episodes about traveling with kids. So if you want to go back and listen to those, but a few ideas are the I Spy, 20
Uh-huh.
questions. We call it the animal game. That you think of an
Yes.
animal and you have to try to guess it. Or then we've also incorporated because my wife was hungry one time when we were doing it. It's like, I'm thinking of a food this time. Or it can be a
We play the I'm
person or
going
a
on a
place.
picnic game.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one. We bring a
So,
lot of animals to our picnic instead of foods. We bring quite random things to our picnics. Let's just
yeah,
be honest.
that's the thing. We've invented a
You
bunch of
can't
other
really
games
think of a
too.
lot of things that start with Q and X.
And
Oh,
that's, yeah,
yeah.
invent other games,
Mm.
be creative. If other people are around that
Oh,
might
we
show
get me make
interest.
friends in line. Oh gosh,
Oh yes,
yes.
especially if there's kids there, then
Oh yes.
my daughter starts conversations with everybody.
My kid too.
What's your name? Do you have a cat? Do you have a dog?
Mm.
Did you go on this ride? Are you going here? Have you gone to this
Right?
place yet? We did this one already. And yeah, I kind of feel bad for the people next to us in line.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Amanda, done some educational things too, especially when we were learning letters,
Oh
and
yes.
we'll even do some now that we're learning to count and stuff. And
Hmm.
we're even doing a spelling game now
Oh, we've
where
done
we have,
that.
of course, um, I'll usually pick the word for my daughter. My daughter picks one for my wife, and then my wife comes up with, like disestablishmentarianism.
The longest word in the English language. Figure it out.
I
Yeah.
just gave my daughter the word cat. All right.
Yeah, right? Like, come on.
I gave you dog. Where is this coming from?
Because as women, we love to torture you.
Well, the thing is, whenever she asks these words, she's like, "Can you spell this word?" I was like, "Can you?" She's like,
Right? Like, how
"Maybe."
do you know
Okay,
I'm
okay,
right?
good. Then I can just spell whatever way I want.
Right?
So, but we've gotten all kinds of games that she's got. My daughter's very competitive, so we're
Oh,
getting into the
yes.
game phase, and there's one game that called Word on the Street,
Hmm.
that you line up certain consonants. There's no vowels, and it's not every consonant because again, Q's and Z's are hard to come by.
Yeah, they're fun.
But we there's like five slots, and you put the letters in the middle, and you have to answer a question. It's like, okay, so name a one of the states or name a country, and then you have to spell it out, and you get to move all the letters one spot for each letter towards your end. And if you get off the edge, you get
Oh,
to keep the letter. Whoever has the most letters wins.
I like that game. That's a fun one.
So yeah, we played that last night. My daughter actually wanted to play it, so she's
Hmm.
so for a long time, spelling and reading were boring because
Been
you
there,
had to
done
just
that.
sit
Yep.
there. But
Yeah.
now, and it was horrible because she hated it because it was something hard and she had to actually try it.
Yes.
Now that she's getting better, she likes it
Now you
more.
like it.
So
Yep.
let's do this all the time. Okay,
Right?
I'm all for it. But we've even started playing. We got Monopoly Junior,
Yep.
and that's helped with adding. And then we found a since we live in Morgantown, West Virginia, the home of West Virginia University, we got the WVU-opoly.
Ah, those are fun.
Yeah, the WVU version of Monopoly. I have the Star Wars version. I think I might have the.
Yeah, we have the Stitch version.
So yeah, I have a couple different versions of it.
Hmm.
So we got to play that, which now has bigger numbers, and so we're learning with money. We're learning to count. So great educational game, even if it takes 8 days to play.
Right?
Bedtime's usually our stop. Okay, or whenever we get like all the properties. Okay, who has the
Yeah.
most?
That's usually, yeah, we don't actually play Monopoly till the end. I think I've done that in college maybe once.
Yeah,
Took a really long time.
I used to play the Nintendo game all the time. It was a whole
Hmm.
lot faster.
Right?
So, but yeah, coming up with these different games, um, or even just talking about your day. What's your favorite thing here? What's your favorite thing here? What are you looking for?
Hmm.
So, and this is why you get a travel advisor because we
Yeah.
can give you all these tips and just like I said last night, one couple they were asking, okay, where are there play areas for our kid? What can we do here? Here's my list of attractions. Can we do this? Oh crap, we tried to change the time for our droid builders thing, the droid depot, and I accidentally canceled it. So I was up at
Right?
7 o'clock this morning calling to get that rebooked, which is a very easy
Hmm.
process. And I had a wonderful cast member, so it was really nice.
Yeah.
But when you get a travel advisor, it's not relinquishing your control or
Right.
just saying, oh, okay, travel advisor tells you go here, go here, go here, go here. It's that we're going to work with you and everything's individualized. That there's no such thing as a standard Disney trip. I had some people say,
No.
oh, yeah, we'd like to go to Disney. Where should we stay? Or what should we do when we're there? Well,
What do
it
you want to do?
depends. And
Yeah.
it leads to a bunch of other questions. What's your budget? Do you plan to spend time at
Hmm.
the resort? Do you have a special favorite character? Do you want to have, know, sit down meals at your resort? Do you want to do a
Right.
fitness center? Do you like a specific park? So many different things that we will help customize it. And like the couple I'm working with, they've done their research that they talked to
Yeah.
me
Oh,
about, oh yeah, I
yeah.
was looking on this website here and I saw this. And then they'll ask me questions about it of, do I really need to do this? Should we do this? Is this something to worry about?
Hmm.
That there's so much advice out there and so much information that everything is not necessarily for you. That what works for
Right.
someone does not work for
Doesn't always work
everybody.
for you. Yeah.
And so having a travel advisor, it's that personal person you can talk to of the especially they can get to know you a little bit better, then they can give them more tailored advice of,
Hmm.
okay, no, your kid does not like that. So even though a lot of people do enjoy this, you can probably
You're
avoid
not
it.
gonna. Yeah.
So travel advisors, they're not going to just tell you what to do or dictate or take the fun away from planning, but they're an added resource. So if you don't want to wait on hold while you have to rebook something or get up early to do your dining, you
Hmm.
don't have to because we can do that for you.
Right.
Hey, all right. And if you have that question of, all right, we're time savers. I don't want to have to look that up. Or all right, I've looked this up. I'm not quite sure. I've seen conflicting information.
Hmm.
That's why we're here. And depending on if you use good travel advisors like Amanda and I, we don't charge you anything extra.
Nope.
So,
Unless you want me to do something really crazy.
well, if you ever want the personal guide thing, we can come down
I
with
mean,
you.
I can come down, but I ain't, that comes with an extra fee.
So,
You need to buy me snacks.
see,
I can always take payment in snacks. Let's be real.
cash, check, credit card, precious gems,
Mickey bars.
rare, valuable metals, Mickey bars. It's all good. So,
All
Amanda,
those.
how can people get a hold of you?
I am on both Facebook and Instagram at Dreams by Design Travel with Amanda, or I can be reached directly by email, Amanda at dreamsbydesigntravel.com.
Here at the podcast, we're on Facebook and X at Where Yinz Goin, Yinz YNZ, Goin GOIN with the apostrophe and the question mark. Email is Matt, MATT, at dreamsbydesigntravel.com. All this information will be in the episode description. So if you want to contact us to book a trip or have any questions, you know how to find us. Although by now, I think everyone has Amanda's contact information
Yeah,
saved.
probably.
And if you don't, what are you doing? All right.
Yeah,
I guess there could be some new listeners who just jump right into the new next one. So
there
if
you
you're
go.
new, go back and listen to all the other ones.
Right.
So this was fun, Amanda, reliving some fond memories and
Yes.
looking forward to hopefully Disney. This thing's
Figure
on,
it
right?
out. Yes.
So
I mean,
Inside
we
Out
do
World
know they
is over.
listen to us because we've had podcasts drop and the next day they've made our changes. So
And I have heard
we've gotten
um
feedback.
we have gotten feedback that we have it's, it's a BDM, business development manager, that and every business has these, that they'll basically um the advisor for the travel advisors, like the go-to person that we can talk to, and they're making sure that we have the stuff we need. They take feedback back to the company, so kind of like the in-between
Go between.
person,
Yeah.
middleman between the travel companies or whatever destinations and the travel advisors. And so the Disney one has listened to episodes of this, so,
Mm-hmm.
and for a
So,
few other companies too.
mm-hmm.
So they're out there, they're listening.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, everyone else out there, please like, follow, subscribe, leave a review, tell a friend, let other people know about the fun and exciting stuff. And if you want to reminisce and relive some good memories from back in the day at EPCOT Center, you can do that.
Yes.
So Amanda, we'll have you back later on. I'm working on a outline for Castaway Key.
Ooh.
And by working for an outline, I mean I made a file and called it Castaway Key and it's saved. So
Yeah. So it's ready to go.
although I
It's
really
my
don't know if we
favorite
really
island
need
ever.
I don't know if we need an outline. We can just probably talk about it. But
I know, right?
anyway, everyone else, please join us next time. We're Hinat Nat. We'll see you later.
Bye.